What's up, guys? Big Natural Stoney Keeley here for SoBrosNetwork.com, the editor-in-chief. We've got our definitive 2019 Gatlinburg, Tennessee vacation guide on deck for you. So this is pretty much just an idea of what you can cram into a single night in Gatlinburg, up in the Smoky Mountains. There's no place like it. It's the most relaxing place on the planet to me. I mean, I can just sit in a rocking chair on the side of a mountain and just stare at the trees and look at the lights down on the strip, and it just melts the stress out of my life. Okay, I love it. Sue me. I've been going to Gatlinburg since I was a kid. Okay, I went about a month ago on vacation. We decided, my girlfriend and I decided we would make it a little road trip. We got a couple extra days off of work that we weren't counting on. We're headed down to Savannah for Labor Day weekend, and we decide, you know what, we got a couple extra nights. Like, let's spend a little extra money and make this a nice little road trip. Night 1, Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Night 2, Asheville, North Carolina. Night 3, 4, and 5, we're down in Savannah. So I'll be chronicling each town, each city here on SoBros Network over the course of the next couple weeks. We're starting with Gatlinburg, night 1 of the trip. Pretty simple stuff. I'm in Nashville, Tennessee, so Gatlinburg's like 3.5 hours away. We get started, clock out of the office a little early on a Wednesday, 3 p.m. We get to the Sevierville exit about, gosh, it's like 5:30, 6 o'clock-ish, somewhere in there. Weather's beautiful. It was that false fall, so windows down, sun setting, just a nice orange glow over everything, just beautiful. As soon as you get off the interstate there, it's like the stress just melts away. So you start seeing all the flapjacks, pancake house signs all over the place, and that's when you know you're vacationing in the Smokies. You know what I'm saying? Those pancake houses are fucking everywhere, and they're all fucking delicious. I don't know. I haven't eaten at one in a long time, so that may just be like childhood memories, in which case, you know, you just shovel sugar into my mouth. I'm going to say it's good. Anyway, we make it into Pigeon Forge, and I knew, since we were only going to have a night in town and we were heading towards Asheville out the opposite side of Gatlinburg, I knew if we wanted to stop anywhere in Pigeon Forge, we had to stop on our way in, or else we were going to miss it. So we stop, we make that one stop, and it's the Old Mill Store. You can call us old people if you want to. Get some dip mixes. I'll get a nice cup of sparkling mulling spices. My God, it's so festive. Getting fired up just thinking about them mulling spices. Maybe some candy. I don't know. Whatever, just do some light shopping on the way in. It's relaxing. It was our first stop. Get out, stretch my legs. It's beautiful. Love it. Love the weather there. And then you have that drive up from Pigeon Forge to Gatlinburg, and you're just driving through the mountain. You got the little river flowing right beside you. We make it to Gatlinburg at about 7:30. We're staying at the Bearskin Lodge, but we both get there and we're freaking starving. So we get checked in, let our families know that we made it safe and everything, and then you got, you know, one good dinner in Gatlinburg. You got to make it count. My favorite spot in town is the Smoky Mountain Brewery. So we go over there, and at this point it's like 8 o'clock at night. The sun's setting over the mountains, and you can just see the trees across the top of the mountain. The sky's glowing this pinkish purple color. It just looked like spooky season out there, if you will, and it was cool. That night it just felt wonderful, and again, we're getting back to like that peace on earth just setting in my soul. God, that sounds so fucking sappy. So sappy. I love the Smoky Mountain Brewery. It's my favorite meal in Gatlinburg. I mean, just burgers and wings, that Thunder Road sauce, just chef's kiss. In case I don't cut the video into this part of the clip. I drank their IPA probably way more than I should have. I didn't have much right drinking that much on the first night of vacation. So from the Smoky Mountain Brewery, we realize it's like 9:45. Kilwin's Ice Cream's closing at 10. We make a mad dash across the strip, across town. We park, we run, get into Kilwin's, and you know, it's cool outside. It's the beginning of September. It's still hot as hell in Nashville, but we in Gatlinburg. It feels nice and cool. Got me in the festive spirit. So I get the pumpkin pie ice cream. Probably some of the best ice cream I've ever had. A scoop of the maple. So we get our ice cream. We walk through the village because there's a gym there, and I play Pokemon Go because you got to catch them all. So I'm there. And then we go get our car, go back to the hotel, and park. Night one. Wake up the next morning, and we got to go visit the goat spot in Gatlinburg, which is the donut fryer. Okay, we got Bavarian cream donut. I got a chocolate cake donut, a cinnamon roll, coconut cream donut. I ain't kidding, 10 out of 10 stars for the donut fryer. I would go to Gatlinburg just for the donut fryer alone. I love it. We stroll around the village a little bit more, do some shopping. So then we decide we're going to check out this Anarchista place. Okay, it opened a few years ago. We've only been twice since they opened, and both times we weren't able to make it up there. So we thought, well, we got an afternoon. We're not in any rush to get to Asheville. Let's go scope it out. And we did. Rode the ski lift up, walked all through the canopy tree bridge, whatever you want to call it, which was pretty terrifying for a 280-pound man that felt like every plank he stepped on was going to fucking break, and I was just going to go flying through the forest, which honestly actually kind of sounds badass. So now I'm kicking myself for not making that happen. But the views are spectacular. You're essentially up there on top of a mountain. They've done it all up to look like a little village, and they've got the gardens you walk through and take in the scenic views, and you just sit and kind of rest and recuperate. That's what it's all about to me. That's what Gatlinburg as a whole is all about. And I thought this place kind of captured that spirit pretty well. We did decide that we were going to have a quick lunch there, and I had probably the worst bologna sandwich I've ever had in my life, which maybe that's on me for getting fried bologna sandwich, but it was very much theme park food, and my girlfriend got stung by a bee, and that was pretty brutal. So we left with a bad taste in our mouths. But all in all, really, really good experience. It's pricey. I think it cost us about $40 to get up there, to just walk around for an hour or so. But I would say if you've got the time, it's well worth the price of admission, especially if you can get up there and find a chair for the sunset. Man, that's some beautiful skyline up there, baby. And after that, it was time for us to hop in the car and head on down the mountain to Asheville. So we got a little bit of time driving through the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. I haven't been down through Cherokee, North Carolina since I was a child. Didn't realize how pretty run down it's gotten. Did not look as I remembered it at all, but driving through the park was pretty phenomenal, especially being with my girlfriend who had never done that before, didn't really know what to expect. Getting those scenic views, pulling over a couple of times to kind of take everything in, was a really nice drive down to Cherokee. And then once we got to Cherokee, we realized we cannot get out of Cherokee fast enough. So it was on to Asheville, which means it'll be on to part 2 of my 2019 SoBros Network vacation guide. If you love Gatlinburg, check out the review that's on SoBrosNetwork.com. We did Smoky Mountain Brewery, Kilwin's Ice Cream, Anarchista, the Donut Fryer. What more could you ask for? Some light shopping? I mean, no, listen, I know you can ask for mini golf. Okay, I wanted to do mini golf, but it was one or the other. We hadn't done Anarchista before. I know it's kind of sacrilegious to just go to Gatlinburg and not play mini golf. Trust me, I'm on your side, mini golf people. But if you can work in some mini golf, that's going to give you the absolute perfect one night, one day in town. But this one was just perfect. Not absolute perfect, but just perfect. So that's it. That's my review, my one night in town. I would love to hear some of your favorite spots in Gatlinburg because I go there like once a year, once every other year. So if I left something out, a glaring omission that you think I absolutely have to include in the definitive 2020 Gatlinburg guide, hit up them comments. Let me know. Gatlinburg, Tennessee, represent.